Lake Hefner Recreation Master Plan, creating a great park. The Lake Hefner Recreation Master Plan is a part of an overall study of all three of Oklahoma City's lakes, Hefner, Draper, and Overholser. The plan is envisioned by the Oklahoma City Water Utilities Trust as a blueprint for the future growth, development, and analysis of the potential for our city's lakes. First and foremost, since its construction in 1947, Lake Hefner has existed to provide an adequate supply of drinking water. But as the city has grown up around the lake, we have come to realize that it can also be a source of much enjoyment and recreation. This study proposes a criteria for developing the lake, both for recreational park areas, such as trails, beaches, and sports facilities, and for recreational commercial areas, such as restaurants, marinas, and golf facilities. The plan is both a water use and a land use plan, and considers public-private partnerships to help in developing the lake area. In order to realize this great park, it will be necessary to have a coordinated effort in all aspects of its creation. The park must have an image that is positive and easily identifiable. The various uses and facilities must function together properly. The public's awareness and their perspective of the lake must be enhanced. And finally, for the plan to be successful, we must create a vehicle that will help pay the cost of creating this great park. Why prepare a master plan for the lake? Land and water use directions can and should be established. Public policy and direction must be set to instill confidence essential for public-private investment. The citizens' awareness and image of the lakes must be enhanced so that they can share in the excitement and attraction of an urban waterfront environment. It's a quality of life issue. Our philosophy in developing the Lake Hefner Master Plan has been that planned properly, the lakes can become a focal point for the community for entertainment and recreation. We should keep a visionary commitment to excellence in design and development of our waterfront properties. As Lawrence Halpern has stated, the ultimate purpose of a city is to provide a creative environment which has a great diversity and thus allows for freedom of choice, one which generates maximum interaction of its peoples. Just how do we intend to accomplish this development philosophy? We want to expand the scope and quality of the recreation and create a sensible water use and land use policy. Oklahoma City has a need for regional parks. Our city lakes provide the opportunity to meet that need. Oklahoma City has over 22,000 acres available for regional parks. However, we have only developed 4,000 of those acres. For a city of our size, we should have over 15,000 acres of regional parkland. We have a deficiency of over 11,000 acres. How are we going to develop more regional parks? The 1983 Parks Action Plan identified over $10 million in capital improvements that were necessary at our three city lakes. The last bond funds approved by the voters for our city parks was in 1974. Twice since then, the voters have turned down bond issues for parks. Other possible funding sources are inadequate. The possibility of public-private partnerships offers the best opportunity to help in this effort. Regional parks should provide unique recreational opportunities, which is the key element of the Lake Hefner plan. Fishing is probably the #1 recreational activity at Lake Hefner. The plan proposes to provide good access to important fishing spots around the lake. With improved roads and parking areas, enhanced fish breeding areas, quality fishing docks and piers, and other such amenities, the fishing at Lake Hefner can become a major asset. Sailing is another important aspect of Lake Hefner. It is known as one of the premier inland urban sailing environments. The Lake Hefner Master Plan proposes an enhanced marina, a commitment to a more constant lake level, restrictions on height and light-intensive uses from the shoreline, restrictions on personal watercraft, and speed limits. Improvements that will help add to the recognition of Lake Hefner as a premier sailing lake. For the catamaran sailor, enhanced beach areas with suitable parking and staging areas are planned. And for the sailboarding crowd, The plan proposes two primary sailboard beaches, one area south of the Oklahoma City Boat Club and the other area near the east end of the Upper Dam Road. For the running and biking enthusiast, the plan proposes a trail system over 20 miles in length. The trail system can become a significant quality of life factor for the future of Oklahoma City. The trail system will be connected to provide a continuous trail around the lake without crossing a major traffic artery. A bicycle criterium course is planned for the area south of South Lake Hefner Drive and west of Portland Avenue. And with the possibility of a linkage trail between Hefner and Overholser along the canal route, a world-class trail system is an attainable goal. If it's swimming you're after, a first-class swim beach is proposed along the South Shore. It is planned to have concessions and restrooms, as well as provisions for recreational activities such as volleyball. The South Shore west from the marina to the canal is the existing location of the Lake Hefner Golf Course. Plans for the golf course include the possibility of a relocated golf clubhouse, an upgraded and rebuilt north course utilizing the lake shoreline to enhance the golf course, improvements at the south course, and a potential for a par 3 course. The inconvenience and safety hazard of crossing South Lake Hefner Drive up to 6 times per round will be a thing of the past. The Cameron Soccer Complex with 22 soccer fields accommodating various age groups and a clubhouse is complete. This facility provides first-class soccer facilities for the Hefner Park, helping to fulfill the dream of a great park. Other park facilities such as a repaired and maintained Stars and Stripes Park, an enlarged and enhanced Kids Lake, a nature birdwatchers trail at Prairie Dog Point, and adequate parking and restroom facilities at all locations suggest that this will be no ordinary park. Vehicular access is a key element in the Lake Hefner Recreation Plan. The type of vehicular access provided sets the tone for the overall area, since that's the way most people will enter the park. The continuous flow of traffic that presently cuts through the park creates a chaotic park function. The Lake Hefner Master Plan proposes to utilize cul-de-sac streets to provide good access to lake activities while eliminating the through traffic. The Upper Dam Road is to be made one-way with a lowered speed limit. By these means, we believe traffic, dumping, and policing problems can be improved. With all of these wonderful park improvements, the question arises, how can we pay for all of these amenities? How can we create this great park when we haven't been able to pass a park bond issue in over 16 years? If government can't pay for it, and the users can't pay for it, how can we have this great park? The answer lies in creating more park-like activities. Providing those not actively involved in sports but wanting a waterfront environment with ways to utilize, enjoy, and access the waterfront. These areas can provide millions of private dollars for improvement of our park and be the catalyst that creates this great park. The Lake Hefner Plan identifies 2 areas as income producing. One is East Wharf, a small site immediately north of the Oklahoma City Boat Club. The other is the Landing, located on the Northwest Expressway between Red Lobster and the existing bait shop, and extending north to the marina. Combined, these 2 areas comprise less than 2% of the Hefner Reservation. East Wharf, located on the east shore of the lake at Britton Road, proposes a maximum of 32,000 square feet for dining and recreational commercial activities. The East Wharf site offers an excellent view of the lake, including sunsets and lights reflecting from across the lake. The development will contain shops and restaurants that support the recreational aspects of the lake, such as sales and rentals for sailboats, sailboards, bicycles, skates, t-shirts, and kites. The plan envisions 1 or 2 restaurants as well as a food cluster line. The East Wharf restaurant should be one that encourages the recreational user of the lake. Adequate decks for outdoor dining and casual viewing of the lake are envisioned, as well as boat docks for boaters and water taxis. Parking areas to accommodate those who want to access the park will be included in the development of East Wharf. The selection of a developer should consider not only financial viability, but quality of construction and a design that promotes public access, one that reflects this unique waterfront location. Located on the Northwest Expressway, the Landing can provide an exciting urban waterfront for our citizens to enjoy. The area will be accessed from a new 4-lane drive located at approximately the east boundary of the existing golf course. The plan proposes shops, restaurants, and entertainment areas comprising a festival marketplace intended to complement and support the recreational aspects of the park. It is anticipated that there would be walks, plazas, pedestrian bridges providing public access to the waterfront for strolling, viewing, and perhaps even fishing. Most other festival marketplaces include a preponderance of restaurants and sidewalk cafes, markets and specialty shops. The inclusion of kiosks and push carts, along with street performers and musicians, is intended to create a chaotic, fair-like atmosphere in the park. The development plan anticipates the extension of Fireman's Cove to the Northwest Expressway, exposing the development and a lake view to this high-volume traffic artery. The cove will also provide boat and water taxi access to the development. The design should complement and promote interaction between the other adjoining facilities, including the lodge, marina, and golf course. All activities should be oriented towards the water and be pedestrian-friendly. Public plazas and pedestrian bridges will be required. A common theme with strict development restrictions will result in a development of human proportions. Intense landscaping, including the preservation of existing trees, will set a significant standard by which other developments will be measured. Architectural excellence is important in the development of all aspects of the lake, and in particular in the commercial cultural facilities. Extending north from the landing site towards the marina is the location proposed for Lake Hefner Lodge. The lodge is envisioned as a lodge resort on the water that complements the adjoining marina, golf course, and landing. The lodge should be designed to provide small group meeting facilities in a resort atmosphere utilizing the waterfront and golf facilities. Also at the south end of the lake, the Hefner Marina is planned to provide new flotation-type slips with the mix of sailboat versus covered slips responsive to market demand. The marina facility should provide full sales and service for power and sailboats. It might also provide for the rental of boats and paddle boats, as well as selling boating and fishing permits, bait, and other necessary items. Restrooms with showers and lockers may also be included. The marina is designed to provide a quality boating atmosphere for the average citizen to enjoy. In creating this concept of a great park for Lake Hefner, this master plan intends to present a balanced perspective for development. While recommending that most of the reservation be utilized for recreation, the plan attempts to provide the right mix of income-producing development with park and recreation development. Whether it's Tulsa or San Antonio, Austin or Baltimore, people are drawn to the water. The idea to create a great park with a great urban waterfront is one that generates much excitement. Envision yourself at the park, sitting on the deck at East Wharf and watching the sailboats sail in and out of the harbor as the sun sets. It doesn't have to be in another city. We can have that kind of waterfront setting right here in Oklahoma City. Imagine a trail system of over 20 miles of uninterrupted walking, jogging, running, and bicycle trails. It doesn't have to be in another city. We can have that right here in Oklahoma City as well. In everything you read these days, quality of life is one of the most important issues for a successful city. We can have a better quality of life here and now in Oklahoma City, and without more taxes. Lake Hefner can be a great park, and we can have it today. The Lake Hefner Recreation Master Plan, creating a great park for a great city.